Good evening. Once again, welcome back to another episode of Ben and Matt's Saturday Night Live on the All For United WFC Twitter page. I hope everybody's doing well. How are you today, Matt?
Yeah, all good, mate. Sun's shining, so can't complain. Been out today, making the most of the weather. So, yeah, all good, mate. How are you?
No, not bad, mate. Been out myself today, protesting against that lot. Yeah, so it's been a good day. It's been a good day. Right. Do you know what? I thought today to change it up, to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to leave the previews to later. The 2 match previews to later. I want to start with this. Tiers 3 to 6 of the women's pyramid can apply for upward movement. What the hell is all this about, Matt? And I think you're the best guy to explain it because I ain't going to Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, so the other day, the FA announced, didn't they, about the expansion of tiers 3 to 6, which will also mean the expansion of the championship. So what they've done is, obviously, because it got cancelled last season and it got cancelled this season, is obviously clubs aren't best chuffed, as you can imagine. The leagues have been the same for 2 years now. No relegation, no promotion. And there's a lot of, decent teams in there, teams which can more than make the step up, to the second tier or to the league above. So what they've done is the FA Women's National League put out a statement yesterday saying that, clubs can now apply to go up league. And what they're going to do is they're going to base 75% of their decision on sort of on the field performances over this season and last season. So it'd be like league and cup, goal difference, and the points per game that they were given. And then the other 25% will be off the field. So like facilities, finance, structure of the club, things like that. So yeah, they're encouraging applications. I've not read how many they will be allowing to go up one league. I'm assuming that obviously, depending, like obviously championship has been 1 down, 1 up. I'm assuming that will stay. So, sort of tier 5 going to 4, 4 into 3 and 3 into 2, which is the championship. And then that'll balance up the championship. So obviously they've got to meet that sort of licensing requirement. They've got to obviously have things in place. And then obviously, like I say, it's up to sort of the FA to decide who goes up. I would assume, though, that because people are going up, that nobody will be going down. So, like I said, the idea will be to, expand it. But it did say at the end of sort of the statement that, they're going to have a look in due course about, how many will go up. So, obviously, clubs have got until the start of May to apply. And then the end of May, beginning of June, we'll find out. So, whether that's, like I said, 1 club going up, 2 clubs going up. I'd like to think 2 could come up. I really do. I think it's necessary. Although that will unbalance the championship again and have 13, I think that 2 up's better than 1. Obviously, it puts extra games on, which is, what fans want. But listen, I think 1 up and balancing the championship is fine because to me, then it should mean that from WSL that 2 go up and 2 go down. As like when we were in it and us and Spurs came up. So yeah, it remains to be seen, but positive news. I don't know if you've got any thoughts on it. I know obviously you don't follow that far down, but in terms of the women's game as a whole,
well, I think it's a big positive, though, isn't it? The more teams that can be allowed to make the step up, and hopefully eventually becoming fully professional outfits as the end game. I think the more the merrier, mate. I'm happy with that. 2 up, 2 down would be brilliant. Vic said there. I completely agree, mate. More competition, the better for me.
Yeah.
And it just gives more teams a chance, to maybe get that extra little bit of funding that they probably wouldn't have had previously. Gives them an extra little bit of incentive, if you will, to try and go up leagues, because we know how hard it is for some teams to even go up a division because due to finance and that, So
yeah,
I think it's for the good of the game, mate. For the good of the game, I really do. I think we need to be promoting the game as much as we can, so we can allow teams to take that step up and give them a little bit of help that they need, whether it be financial or whatever else it may be. Then I'm all for it, mate. So it's about time that we started looking after the leagues a little bit better. You know,
yeah,
they've got a terrific product.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was waiting for you, pal.
No, I was going to say, I think it's interesting because I know we've had Stu Barker obviously on the show before. He's done various shows with us now, and he talked about this quite well. And he was saying now there's so many teams in those sort of tiers 3 downwards that have, you know, the backed by men's club, for example, Southampton. You know, Burnley are going to be backed next year by the men's club there in tier 3. Wolves, I'm not sure if the men back them, but they're a very good side. And there's a few teams like that. I think Barnsley as well was one of them. I think they might be tier 4, and they'd won all the games last year. They hadn't lost any games, and I think I might be wrong, but I'm not sure. Maybe Portsmouth as well. Portsmouth are another one in the Southern Division, and they'd won all their games and obviously denied promotion. And then again this year, those teams again were winning pretty much every game. So it shows that after 2 seasons, when they've barely lost games, even though they have been cut short early, that, you know, maybe they're probably too good for that league. And I think, you know, with the right, like you say, structure and finance, you want to see competitiveness and you want to see more teams. You know, I think somebody mentioned, might have been Stu again, somebody mentioned to us, didn't they, about Leeds potentially funding their women's teams. I think we've talked about this in the past and sort of getting that rivalry, which would be great, you know, but there are, I mean, Robert says there are some decent teams in the National League. And obviously I started off my little footballing journey in the 3rd tier because that's where Blackburn and Tooney were at the time. So, you know, like I say, I've been around those clubs and seen sort of, you know, what they can do. And I think there's so many well-run clubs and there's so many clubs that deserve that higher opportunity. You know, again, Ipswich, I think, you know, very good side again. I could chuck in Crawley Wasps. So, you know, of those teams I've listed there, I've probably given a good 7 or 8 that are more than capable of stepping up a league. And for me, I think we need to abolish, you see, in the 3rd tier, because that's split into North and South, which is fine. The daft thing is the 2 league winners have a playoff and only one goes up to the Championship, which for me is wrong. And I've called this out before. So for many years, Blackburn were winning the league and they get to this playoff final. And I think one year they lost against Spurs and one year against Charlton. I can't remember who the 3rd time was, but basically they topped their league 3 times. Obviously don't get any prize money for that, but then they were denied promotion because they lost this ridiculous North v South playoff, which for me is just absolutely shambolic. You know, you think that you go all out to win your league, then you deserve to go up. Doesn't matter if you're North and South, promote both. So for me, that still needs to go because that's still the case. And luckily Blackburn did sort of get the chance to apply for the Championship. And obviously, you know, a couple of years ago, I accepted. But yeah, I think just listen, it's a start, isn't it? Like you said, a restructure of the pyramid, promoting teams that deserve it, that can afford to, just to grow the game. And yeah, we've talked about this before as well, haven't we? Sort of 2 up, 2 down for the WSL. I still think the WSL needs expanding personally. I think we can get at least 14, 16 teams in there. And I don't think it'll be chaotic, you know. May mean a couple more midweek games, but then it may not, because if you look at the football calendar, you know, I look at it when it comes out sort of July, August time, it's full of gaps. You know, I think I look at the Championship now and Durham haven't played for like nearly 4 weeks. And it's like, well, you know, because there's an odd number of teams and other factors, but there's more than enough chances, you know, and teams that go out of cups lower down, they can fill those, you know. All this old cup shouldn't clash with league is a load of rubbish. You know, if it needs playing, it needs playing, get it done. But yeah, Robert says there, 1 team from North and 1 from South. Good. That's how it should be. And send both up. You know, for me, whoever's, like it said before, whoever's got the most points per game and whatever over 2 seasons, that's the only fair way to do it. You know, if they've won the most games over 2 years, cool. Put them up, North and South, both of them. Get 13 in the Championship. And then maybe we can whack another 1 or 2 in the WSL.
Be nice to see WSL play continuously, 2 stop and start. Too many international breaks for me. Stuff in
that's it.
I don't care about Lionesses.
I know you don't.
Far too many. More international breaks in the women's game than there is in the men's. Far too many. It seems to be you're back for 2 weeks, you're off for another 3 weeks on international breaks. It's all about.
Do you know what? I think this year it's been disappointing in the fact that it's not been necessary. Like all these ridiculous meetups and friendlies are just, I don't know. I mean, nobody likes the friendlies. I understand if it's tournament, that's not a problem, you know, and I don't mind. I'll put that out. I don't mind watching the Lionesses, you know, I quite enjoy it. Some people don't, that's fine. But, you know, they can't be putting on these friendlies where they're rocking up at St. George's Park, or they do like an inter-squad, bloody 11v11 and call up, you know, 20-odd, 30-odd players. It's like, what's the point? And then they'll whack out a load of promo. And they had one the other week, and it was like, Toonie and Millie eating fruit. And it was like, come on, you've called him in for that. Like, really? What a waste of time when we could have been playing league games and playing catch up. And it's just, do you know, things like that, it just annoy me. Like, it's not even good content. Like, you know, I mean, listen, love the pair of them, but come on, why are we having them picking fruit? Can we not talk about something like a football journey? Do you know what I mean? Or something like that. Yeah. Well, they just seem to be thrown in for the sake of it. And it's like, I called out the trip to France. France, you know, is absolutely rife at the minute with all the corona cases, and, you know, we decide to fly everybody out, all the backing staff as well. And it's just like, you know, I mean, listen, we got battered anyway, but why did we do it? Why did we need to play France's B team? It wasn't even the French first team. It was not necessary. And we put everybody at risk for nothing. You know, we got knocked out of it, really didn't. So, you know, it's one of them where, you know, like you said, you don't like them. Other people don't like it. Sack off these friendlies. You know, talking about, oh, well, we need this and we need that. We don't. We really don't need them, do it. I don't think anybody, you know, if it was coming up to a major tournament like the Euros, fine. I mean, it's the Olympics, for God's sake, and we've probably not a cat and mouse chance of winning it. And, you know, the players that will be called up from other nations weren't with us anyway, you know, so season early. And then team up and play a couple of friendlies as Team GB.
Yeah, true. Team GB. That's another waste of time for me. I'm so glad the men don't have a Team GB again. Just pointless. You know, but it's one of them things, mate. One of those things. I think Matt's just lost his connection, so I'll just blab on a little bit. But for me, international friendlies are pointless and just boring. You know, I don't mind friendlies just before, like as Matt said, like a major tournament, like a World Cup or the Euros. I think he's back now. But for me, I just think that totally agree with Matt. Pointless. Get rid of the pointless friendlies. I don't mind friendlies before tournaments, or maybe having one friendly game before a qualifying game. That's fair enough. But pointless having these 2, 3, 4 friendlies. You know. The breaks are too long, like people are saying, you know, plus injury worries with friendlies as well. Yeah, it's true. But I just think it's just a bit of a waste of time sometimes. I get why they try and get the Lionesses playing so many games and everything, you know, to try and build up that team cohesion and try and win a major tournament. But mate, I just can't be bothered sacking off, like you say. A lot of this match just fillers. You ain't learning anything. Well, he's not competitive, and half the time it's the same squad over and over and over and over and over and over again with a couple of new faces in. Pointless. Anyway, enough blabbering on about international football. We had a couple of games this weekend. Well, tomorrow, should we say? Starting off with one at LSV against Tottenham Hotspur Spurs. Come on, it's only Tottenham, boys and girls. It's only Tottenham. You know. We seem to have a good time against Tottenham, really, for the women's side. Are we going to a couple of huge boosts on the injury front, Matt? What do you reckon?
Yeah, good. But for me, wouldn't be rushing them in. You know, I think for me, and I've talked about this, or we've talked about this previously about FA Cup and getting that run. So I think, listen, you know, Casey said she's not going to chuck them both in, which is great. I think for me, just maybe the last sort of 15, 20 minutes for both of them. You know, I think you don't want to push them too much. You know, we can always build that up next week. We can go 20 minutes this week. We can go 30 next week. And we can maybe look at half the last game of the season against Everton. But for me, it's about keeping them both fit. We've massively missed Leslie this year. Massively, you know. The time when we needed options or we needed, you know, maybe a different style of player, she's not been available. And obviously she would have been back, then she broke down again. So yeah, huge miss. She just offers everything, doesn't she? You know, she's physical, she's direct, she gets in behind, she can actually head a ball. which not many of our players can do. She can shoot from range, she can run and drive with it. And I've followed her since she was sort of 16, 17. She's been a mate of Tooney's since, that age, and I've seen the pair of them sort of grow up together through the England ranks. So very excited, obviously, as many know, when she came in. But good to have her back. And obviously, Leah's Leah, isn't it? We don't need to really go into detail on that because we know. I agree. Something else I said that I did say it for this season actually until she got injured, but we'll put it back 12 months to the next season. But yeah, big boost having them back. And like I say, it's just about keeping them fit. Like I say, get that match sharpness up with the aim of having them both start against Leicester and obviously, like I say, win that and get through to the next round of the cup. I'll let you talk about Leah because I know you rave off Leah just as much as I do.
Yeah, just for me, it's been a massive, massive miss. And we missed Tobin Heath, we missed Press at times, we missed quite a lot of play. LJ's been out for a while at times, and Stanley Forth as well. We missed some really key big players, but for me, Leah Golden has been a massive miss. Probably the biggest miss for us, in my opinion, because I think, especially down that left-hand side, she offers so much more than anybody else, so much more.
Yeah.
And the chances that she can either create for herself or for a teammate is second to none. I think, don't get me wrong, I think Tobin's been a massive, massive miss as well, but I think it just edges it. We seem to struggle with our wing play a bit, I think, a little bit. Without Leah, there's, Kirsty comes in, does a solid job, and then I know we've had LJ on that side as well, on the left-hand side. I just think we just missed that proper natural wing play. Somebody that will get the ball down, will go and run at players, will take on the fullback either inside or outside. We'll get a shot away if she get a shot away. And we'll get a decent delivery into the box, And I think we just missed that a little bit, But hey, it's good to have her back. But I'm with you, mate. We cannot be rushing either of them back. Don't want to see either of them rush, but I don't even want to see them start. I'm with you. Last 10, 15 minutes, 20 at a push. Just let them ease themselves back into it, and then gradually, let's up their game time as the last 2 or 3 games come along after that. So,
yeah,
a big boost though, big boost for United though. That having both Leslie and Leah back.
Huge, but I think as well. Go on.
That's what.
No, I was just going to say, I think Leah's bigger for us than maybe some people, like you say, that the wing play goes missing. I don't think we actually look to give it wide without her. I think we're kind of lost because you see, when Leah and Hansen start, we know to automatically give them the ball. But if it's just, say, Hansen, we seem to bypass her. And I remember that Birmingham game, the away game, and it was crying out for somebody to give her the ball. And I said at half-time, I was like, we need to get her more involved. And then second half, we actually passed the ball to her and she got a goal and an assist. And it was like, well, we don't seem, there's so much sort of space and so many times where we can, get that ball to them and change it. And everything we do seems to go central, and then we lose the ball. And sometimes it's frustrating as hell, but it's funny because, like I say, opposition are massively fearful of Leah. I remember talking to Leicester goalkeeper last week, and we sort of just, having a bit of a laugh and a joke about the FA Cup. John said, I hope Leah's still out when we play you. And it was funny because I was like, are you more worried about Leah or anybody else? And she was like, no, just Leah. And it was really interesting. It was like, opposition play. You thought of all the players you could name, you thought she might have said Russo or LJ or even Tobin before we knew that she was ruled out for the season. But no, the one player that they were fearful of was Leah. And it just shows, doesn't it, that obviously, how, one, important she is to us, which we knew anyway, but two, how much she sort of gets at and terrifies the opposition. I mean, straight from the sort of the horse's mouth there, in terms of that. But I just thought it was really interesting. Out of all the players you could name, that the one player that they were most fearful of was Leah. So it's come at a good time, really.
Yeah, she's just been the fear factor. Like Nick's is saying, there's a super intelligent player and an overall team player, and I think that's perfectly spot on. And I think with her on the pitch, she does the team does play a lot better. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, mate. My mind's scrambled from all this protests earlier on. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, that, overall, when she's on field, functions. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you very much, Matt. I know you helped me out. I've had no sleep, by the way, since my night shift either, so I've been just protesting all day. He's got a name drop Leicester. you know, Rob's on you for Leicester all the time. You know,
everybody's on me for Leicester, mate. Only one. I get aggro every week.
Oh no,
shocking. Can't have mates anymore, especially not there. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Go on then. You run about Spurs
anyway,
before Robert sidetracked us.
Yeah. I was going to say about Tottenham. Do you see a potential danger, potential banana skin there, or do you think because we've had it quite all right-ish against them, haven't we? The previous times we played, and we're not really.
We have. I think the away game was a little bit trickier than it should have been, but I think that was down to our own doing of how we made it, and we did eventually get there. But I think, listen, it's one of them, you know. It's like Bristol. Obviously, we've got Bristol the week after. It's a potential, you know, slip up, but I think it's one of them. Tottenham have been up and down this season. They are half and half, half. No. If somebody
he's got a half and half shirt coming.
Hey, if somebody wants to buy or make them, any donations will be gladly accepted. I can't guarantee I'll wear them or where they'll go, but you know, if somebody wants to mock one up. But no, I think I was just going to come to Alana Kennedy. But I was saying Tottenham, you know, they'll sit in, they're organised. They've been a bit iffy this year. You know, they're sort of further down than they would be. But I think a big boost for them before Alana Kennedy is the return of Ashley Neville. She's been injured. She's back. She's probably the best defender. You know, pretty consistent in a tackle, quite solid for them. But yeah, Kennedy was somebody that I've spoke about as backup to Hayley. She signed for them permanently in January. Very good signing for him. 6-month deal. So she's free in summer, and she's tall and she's physical. She's something that we've not got in that defensive midfield position. Hayley's quite small. Yes, she's physical, but she's not got the height. So yeah, I think for me, I agree. It's not even worth thinking about because that's where we'll get dominated. But I think, you know, and again, we found out Hayley's out for the season, another big blow. But you know, why not? You know, if Spurs are going to offer Kennedy an extension, we may as well go in there as well. You know, there's no reason for me. She's a free agent. But yeah, good player, like I said, strong, physical. Would give Hayley sort of a run for her money or an option. Or if we're sticking with this sort of two holding, why not put her alongside her? You know, I think the good thing about Kennedy is she's versatile. She does play centre-back for her country. So she can play at centre-back, which covers us there. She can play defensive midfield. She can play central midfield as well. So it's kind of that spine of the team, if you like, straight through the middle. So I think for me, probably them two are the danger. Possibly Rihanna Dean, but I think this year she's not played a lot, which is bizarre because, you know, she's quite a decent player for me, quite quick, good eye for goal. Hasn't played much, which I don't know why. I've not really watched Spurs this year. I've not seen too much of them. But yeah, it's one of them. I'm happy because obviously we're at home, and like I say, the away game was a little bit scruffy, wasn't it? But that said, I think we've got enough to get the job done. But I don't know if you've got any sort of different thoughts, or if your thoughts on that are similar. Or
well, I was just going to ask you a question: is their keeper the same goalkeeper for the Championship, or they swapped it up?
No, she's at Crystal Palace, mate. That's why.
No, I was about to say, bugger now. I was about to say because we can get that's my team talk out the window. Just put the ball underneath that keeper all the time because she flaps at everything.
Yeah, no, I think
I didn't think it was. I just can't remember the top of my head. As I said, I'm just scrambling with glazed out chance in my head.
You know, they've got Mickelson, haven't they? Who used to be at us, Aurora.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's who they've got. They signed her to replace the one that couldn't catch a ball for Toffee, to put it politely.
Here we go. Gareth's finally piped up. What time's he call this? Should get the win, but every game feels like a banana skin at the moment. Yeah, that's
what I was saying. Yeah.
On Tottenham though, where is it? Is there any place that could really hurt us other than Kennedy? Or is it just like a one-person show, do you think?
I mean, listen, I rate the captain, Josie Green. you know, someday again, I'd have sort of maybe took a gamble on as a squad player. You know, better than creating the WKD, throwing it back, mate, to the old school times. But no, I think possibly Josie Green. Like I say, Kennedy, Gemma Davison isn't a bad player. You know, she's a wide player. Used to be an England international. Was at Chelsea. If she plays, she could maybe cause potential issues. But like I say, it's only really, you know, a couple of players. There's nobody that really sticks out. And I think, oh my days, God help us. You know, I think it's more the potential's there with sort of, like I say, 2 or 3 players, but it's not enough to be like, oh God, we're going to get absolutely battered. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, pretty much like that. You know, can be strong, can be well organised, can be defensively solid. A bit like Brighton, really. A little bit one of those like tricky teams, you know, to break down, like a Reading. It seems to be them core mid-table clubs. They're very sort of solid, aren't they? And they're a bit naggy to play. It's kind of like that for me. But no, I still think I'll always back us at home as well. Still think we've got enough. Depends what sort of team performance, shall we say, turns up after this year. But, you know, like I say, the away game, we scraped it 1-0. Obviously, like I say, start of the season. But, you know, for me, it's like, you know, we should have improved now. So we should be able to crack on and get that win.
Speaking of goalkeepers, actually, I've just reminded myself, Emily Ramsey's come back to United now, hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's been called back. Does that surprise you at all? I'm very surprised. You know, she didn't get as much game time at West Ham as I thought she might have done.
I think, it surprised me. I saw it before. I was having a chat with Robert over this. She played one game last week in the FA Cup and they won some ridiculous scoreline. And then the goalkeeper has come back from injury and she played outfield, much to the dismay of everybody. I think that was ridiculous. But yeah, bizarre. I don't know. I don't know whether she's come back because she's not played or maybe there's an injury we don't know about. But knowing United, it'll be an injury we don't know about, but I'm hoping not. But I don't know. We'll see. I think. Sorry, I'm just switching my light on. I was saying surprise for me, and I'm hoping that some
professionalism we get from Matt Gray, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, not. Go on, say again.
I said cutting edge professionalism from Matt Crane as usual.
Listen, pal, it's getting dark at bloody half-8. I had to get the spotlights on.
Vic saying, thought Tony looked a bit revitalised against Burnley, so think she'll be in the goals. Do you think she'll be in the goals this weekend?
Yeah, why not? I'm back to you every week, mate, so I may as well chuck her name out again. We still don't know if LJ is back, do we? So we can't even throw her out. Saturday. Am I on dial-up? No, it's just the Northwest in general. It's absolutely terrible. I mean, you'll vouch for this, Ben. Round our end, it's terrible. Terrible. We're on the Salford border. And it's just absolutely dire. Like, literally, it may as well be dial-up. But, yeah, I think that same point with Sloan and Rambo, if she isn't getting game time, I'd agree. Like I say, their keeper is back. So it's like, you know, do they need her? Is she going to get game time? Probably not. She's probably going to sit on the bench for 2 games. And who knows, you know, Casey might have ideas now she's back. Either one to play her in the Cup, which I would, against Leicester, or seeing as we've got games in the league now where we're probably unlikely to get Champions League, you know, the kind of games that we just need to fill, you know, why not chuck her in? You know, okay, maybe not tomorrow, but why not chuck her in against Bristol? And why not chuck her in against Everton and then Leicester and give her 3 games? You know, Fran got half or just under half, didn't she, in the Cup? Maybe it was half an hour, I think. But, you know, we may as well, if West Ham aren't going to do that, because obviously they're in a bit of a relegation battle, then for me, we're in a sort of a nothing few games apart from the Cup. We may as well throw her in and make that change. So, strange one, but good, because she'll be training with better coaches, better players, in a better team environment. I think it'll be very pressured down at West Ham, won't it? Because like I say, the fight and the drop. But yeah, more of Tara and Carrie. Yeah, something I spoke about yesterday. We had a conversation on that. And I sort of said that, you know, I think it's one of them. They could potentially come in because again, there's no real pressure in terms of like, you know, it's not the end of the world if they make a mistake. You know, I think there becomes a time where you have to kind of throw them in at the deep end, and it could go either way, either sink or swim. One thing got to be careful is it doesn't knock the confidence too much. But again, I don't see why that FA Cup game that could be that, you know. But I don't know. What do you think?
I think. Do you know? I think cup game, yes. The league, though, depending on how the games are going, I think with 2 or 3 goals up to the good, you know, I think it's perfect time to chuck them on for last 10, 15. But if the game's tight and close or we're chasing a game, I don't know, mate. I think she might just try and put a little bit more experience in the field to try and get the win, or to try and chase down the point if we're losing, try and get a draw or what have you. But I definitely agree. I think the cups are more likely. I think Rambo will start in the cup against Leicester. And I think you could see them both start against Leicester. You know, the 2 youngsters. Yeah, you know,
why not?
Why not? Yeah, got nothing to lose. You know, just chuck them in. You know, it's Leicester. It's Leicester, though, isn't it? The Championship.
Careful, don't get the Leicester.
You know,
don't get the Leicester talk. You'll have Robert having a fit again. He'll be coming here.
Robert saying now, look, right on cue. Oh dear. So, Matt, in all seriousness, Paul, how are we going to line up though?
No, it's all good.
Are we going to line up against Tottenham then, buddy?
Tomorrow?
We're thinking of a couple of surprises. Yeah, tomorrow.
I think not too many surprises. I think it'll be standard, won't it? I think Mary in goal. For me, I'd chuck in Smithy. She's barely played. So chuck Smithy at right back. I'm going to go for Amy and Thor, even though I can't see it happening, at centre half. Honor at left back. The holding player, Turner, and this was only based on John Fry. John Fry was like, oh, yeah, Millie. And do you know why? It slipped my mind. It really did. I don't know why. And I was like, right.
That's what she played for Bristol.
Millie played defensive midfielder for Everton and Bristol. For those reasons, her over Zellum for me. Jackie and Stanley just in front. Hansen wide. I think Press on the other side. And then who we're left with? I've got to fit Tooney in somewhere. Maybe take out Stanley and put Tooney in alongside Jackie. Hansen wide side. Press wide the other side. And Siggy up top.
Go Siggy up top. Ooh,
slightly surprised, but I think, you know, let's just mix it up a bit. I'm trying to think in terms of, like I say, injuries, but yeah, I agree. I've just corrected myself. I did. I forgot. I was going to go. I was like, tuning. Then I was like, God, no, not as a lone striker. I mean, she can play it and she has played it, but not against the physical back line / Alana Kennedy. I think she's better doing what she does best in the middle. So that's why I jest to run at them and bully them. I can't see that happening. That'll be one of them ones where that should happen, but it won't. Because I think personally that should be the team. Some people agree, some people disagree. Gaffer will probably massively disagree because I swear she does it on purpose. But no, I think we'll see the usual, won't we, with, you know, them lot. I think obviously there's got to be one change in that slot for Hayley, but I think Katie will probably get that. And like I say, I think the only change, again, me and Robert talked about this yesterday, I think the only change we both said was we could probably see Smithy over Martha, and that was about it, really. But, you know, Casey she'll probably start Jane and Jess or something mad like that now. But I don't know. We'll see, lad. I don't know if you have any agrees or disagreements on that lineup or your own thoughts. Or...
To be fair, mate, that's a pretty decent lineup, mate. I can't disagree too much with it. I think it's a good shout for Jess Sigsworth, you know. You know? And I think it'll be much needed game time for her as well. A little bit, you know. I know she played in the cup and that, but I think a bit more league game time under her belt. And if she gets a goal in the league, I think it could stand as a good step from between now and the end of the season, especially chasing. And let's be fair, we are still chasing down the third place. You know, it's not mathematically over yet. You know, Can Arsenal slip up? I can't see it, to be fair. But football's a funny old game, isn't it? We just got to keep on going, keep on believing. And I think, do you know what? Just for old time's sake, I'd just like to see Jess Sigsworth back amongst the goals a lot more, a little bit more regular. Because she's a terrific player for me. She's very underrated, and it's just not happened for her this season. Well, you know, still plenty. Still, I would say plenty of games. The games running out thick and fast now, aren't they? But still, a good chunk of game time for her to go out there and bang in a few goals. You know, get her confidence back up. You know, I think that's what it's all about. And I don't think we've got another centre forward like her at the minute that's fully fit. Go on, bully the centre halves. So I think, yeah, I'm liking that, and I'm liking Millie Turner as a DM. You know, I just dread Zellum in that position.
The thing is that Millie's played it before, and Millie can play it. Zellum's never been, and I keep saying this. You know, Zellum's never been a defensive midfielder, so it's like square pegs and round holes. You know, it's just you can't play it. She's not physical enough. She doesn't do the job. It's just, you know, it's one of them end of for me. But, you know, it's like the fans say one thing and some majority agree. And then, like Vic said earlier, you know, Casey surprises us and we get same old and it's predictable. But, you know, it's one of them now. I'm not massively... I don't want to say I'm not forced because I am. But, like, do you know what I mean? It's the end of the season. You just think, you know, now it's become a little bit... disheartening. Yeah, 11:30 meltdown. This is the thing. The meltdowns now are brilliant. Honestly, like some people get annoyed, but I just find it funny because it's like, God's sake, it's like, you know, I don't know. There's just so many different views in there on picking the team, and it's great. It really is. There never used to be that many meltdowns, and now everyone's like clock watching at 11:30, like refreshing Twitter, aren't they? Like, oh, let's have a look who we've got today. Oh God, not them again. It's quite funny, but yeah, I hate seeing players out of position. Yeah, me too. You know what? That Jess thing, it wound me up last year. I spent all year saying, no, why have we got her on the right? Why? And it just carried on and on and on. You're thinking, God, like, give Kirsty a go. We don't need to put the centre forward that's better in the centre out on the right when we've got Hanson and we had here last year. You know, there was more than good enough quality. And we just seemed to chuck her out there. It was just the injury news that does it. Yeah. When you're playing Guess Who, and it's like, oh, where's that player? Oh, where's this player? And about 30 into the match, they'll tweet, Hayley Ladd, like, bloody, I don't know, broke a toe or something and will be out for like 25 million weeks or something ridiculous. And they tell you when the game's nearly finished. It's like with the Rambo loan. Come on, the West Ham, and it's watching West Ham, and it come up Emily Ramsey. For hang on a sec. Bloody day later, Man United, Emily Ramsey's gone to West Ham. Like, yeah, I know. Was watching her yesterday, you know, keep up. But they are shocked. That's what we're doing in the women's game. It's like dead secret, isn't it? Hush, hush. It's like we're playing Guess Who on contracts. We're playing Guess Who on injured. We're now panicking, thinking that Mary might be injured because Rambo's back. It's just make it clear, and then fans are a little bit more chilled. You know, it's like, oh, I don't know. It's just sometimes it's comedy, and sometimes it just does my fruit. 11:30 too early to drink. Hey, don't say that. We're going pub tomorrow for 10.
Yeah. No, I'll be on it at 9 a.m.
Yeah, I'll be on it at 9 a.m. Like an away days where we're on the like what 9-10 o'clock in the morning. It's all good fun for breakfast.
Yeah. Look at breakfast.
Good times. 5 p.m. Exactly.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. somewhere.
All right.
Yep.
Don't blame me. Always 12 p.m. somewhere in the world. 5 p.m., 12 p.m. Whichever floats your boat. Squad prediction for tomorrow, then, Matt. What are we saying? And he's put himself on mute. I don't know if Matt's frozen, but I'll just give a quick score prediction for myself. I'm going to go 3-0 United. I think I'm pretty confident about it. Are you there, Matt? This is, by the way, this is Manchester's finest Wi-Fi. You know, it's always playing up at his house. What's to get him on? It's like he's on NTL or something. Jesus Christ. Spurs a bit toothless. 2-0 there. Go to the 3-0 there. Go on. Get it 3-0. Robert saying 2-0. Are we back, Matt? Looks like he's frozen again. Even though he's doing his best impression of a mannequin. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm going to say 3-0, 3-0. Got to go 3-0. Do you know what? I'm going to say Jessica's going to get a brace tomorrow. I think Hanson's going to back. I'm positive like that. He's back like Slim Shady. Well, it's frozen like a Slim Shady, isn't he? Matt's speechless. There, probably thinking of what Leicester City shirt to wear on tomorrow for his for the old preview shows. Anyway, I'll come back to Matt once he's sorted his Wi-Fi out, and I'll just move on for the time being anyway, because we are playing. It's another double header. I love it when it's double header. Women's team play first, the men's team play secondly. And we're at going to that place tomorrow, Ellen Road. It's a shithole, like rough as badgers round there as well, man. Ever going on an away day round Ellen Road, mate? Jesus. Is Matt back finally? Matt, are you there?
I was back and then again. So I've just been and reset the box. I was close to putting a hammer through it.
Yeah, calling me a Slim Shady. He's back and then you're gone again. Was that Gareth? Look, he's back like Slim Shady.
I have a habit of disappearing.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly go back to the Spurs game. What's your score prediction for tomorrow, pal?
Good question. I can't actually remember what I said on John's show on Monday. I think I either said 2-0 or 3-0. So I'm going to give both of those because if I say one and then I said something else on John's, people come for me and say, "Oh, you said that and it was that." You know what it's like on Twitter, lad. So I'm going to go 2-0 or 3-0 because I'm going to have to go back now and have a look what I said on Monday's match reaction from the FA Cup. But I'm definitely sure I said 2 or 3. I just can't remember which. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give you 2.
To be fair, mate, everybody's. I've said 3-0. Everyone out, most people said 3-0 or 2-0. So it's in and around there.
Yeah.
And I just moved on while he was gone to the Leeds United preview now for the Premier League. I think we'll get a warm reception tomorrow at Bellend Road. I'll tell you what. You remember the Leeds United fans chased the Liverpool team bus down when they turned up. I'll tell you what. I bet you any money there'll be thousands of the fuckers tomorrow. They hate us.
Probably.
There'll be thousands of them. They'll probably block the coach coming in and all. It has been a long week. So my brain is absolutely fucking fried.
It has, yeah. I think for me, it just went down.
Well, yeah. It started off a shit week, but to be fair, today's been a good day protesting, green and gold. Well, massive turnout after everyone was panicking. I was only going to be a little bit. Roll on next week's protest. That's going to be humongous. You're not going to be able to move. Anyway, on to the Leeds United game. What we're expecting, pal? Are we going to expect another thumping? Are we going to thump him again? Or is it going to be a little bit tighter and a little bit closer?
I think a bit tighter and a bit closer. Listen, they got a decent result against the Scousers, didn't they, the other day, at their own ground. So I think, it's going to be one of them. They seem to be very, very unpredictable, don't they? One week, they do stuff and you think, okay, fair enough. And then other weeks, they're just absolute right. And the results are Man City, didn't they? And then they follow it up with some ridiculous, and they'll probably go mad. No.
Do you know what? I think we need to ring whoever is internet provider is and get a refund, man. It's been shocking today, hasn't it? Hey, he's in and out more times than Quasimodo. Come on. Anyway, if Scotty plays, we'll get more McSauce. I like Scott McTominay. I think he will start. I think it'll be the Fred Scott McTominay pivot again. That dial-up was better. Definitely was better. NTL. He got to get himself back on NTL, that lad. Hold on, is he back?
Back now, pal.
You're gonna get yourself on the old NTL again, mate.
I need to get myself a new internet provider. BT's Wi-Fi is as good as the football coverage for the women. I'm on my phone now.
You're doing the hokey cokey, right?
Hey, we've still got that as a chant, you know, thinking about that.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The chant that only a few like, but...
Oh, no, it was for Martha. It was something like left back, right back, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
No, the other one was to Heartbeat, what everybody hates.
Oh, yeah. More comebacks than Rocky.
If only I was as good as Rocky. But yeah, no, hokey cokey, that would be hilarious because we didn't get to debut that. Me and Gareth did that one last year. It was just hilarious. We're just like, whoa, we've got Martha Harris, left back, right back, rah, rah, rah. We know that's going to go down like a lead balloon, like the Heartbeat one, but it's just so funny, man. Everybody hates it. They just get rattled by this chant. But listen, it's better than the absolute shit show talking about sandpits and bloody San Siro. We never even played San Siro. Shambolic, that song. Absolute dreadful. But anyway, you were talking about Leeds, and I was saying they're very unpredictable. Like I say, 1 week they'll beat Man City, and next week they'll be getting smashed off West Brom. So it's kind of like, you know, I think it will be a little bit tricky. We're away from home. They seem okay at home, but it's one of them. It could go either way. I don't want to say draw, but I've got a feeling it will be a draw, and I don't like going on stuff like that. I prefer to say win, but you can't win them all, can you? Certainly this season we've been a little bit rocky, but no, I think I don't know. I've just got a feeling like a 1-1 draw. It just seems to be one of them. I don't know, horrible team. Well, they're horrible anyway. Do you know what I mean? But one of them teams where we might, you know, a bit like a Wolves away. You know, we always end up drawing Wolves away in the cup.
Yeah.
Playing Wolves in general. I think Leeds are quite similar to them for me. It's just a little bit like, you know, there's one or two okay players, but you never know what team's going to turn up on the day. And Wolves have struggled this year, but yeah, I think draw with that. I think 1-1. But listen, we'll see. We might go down, like you say, might batter them again, but who knows?
It's just a shame, man. When the fixtures were obviously announced at the start, before the start of the season, I was like, I'm so glad Leeds United at the back end of the season because hopefully we get fans back, and there might possibly be a possibility of away fans, but obviously the pandemic fucked that all up. I'd have loved to go back to Ellen Road. Nothing like going to Ellen Road. Such a hostile atmosphere next year. Such a hostile atmosphere. It's not for the faint-hearted either, and that's what I do like going there. Like, you know, it is such a hostile atmosphere. It just reminds me of football used to be, man. We used to go. Used to be shit scared to go to Anfield. Used to be shit scared to go to Ellen Road. It just reminds me of a proper old school footballing atmosphere.
It's only in fear of getting stabbed, though, at Anfield, isn't it? That's all it is, mate, through that park.
Greenwood's on fire. Yeah, Greenwood, mate. Greenwood's got to start for me again. He could be tempted to swap it out with Dan James, but I can't see it. Let Greenwood start. He's on fire, that boy. He's probably one of the... You know, he's up there with Lauren James as one of the best players I've seen come through in a long, long time. I think Lauren definitely edges it because I think Lauren's got more of a unique talent to her. But this kid, man, and I remember, I think it might have been Dave Pritt a few years ago, before anybody had even heard of Mason Greenwood. Dave Pritt was like, this kid's going to be better than Marcus Rashford. So,
well, I think with Rashford still out as well, it is kind of up to him to, you know, maybe step up. Yeah, I think, like I say, I think Rashford's still out, so it is his chance. Cavani, yeah, I'd agree. Maybe try the pair of them, you know, and see. But I don't think it'll be 6-2, like I said, we saw earlier in the season at Old Trafford. I know they've got a couple of their decent players out as well. I think Rafinha went off against Man City. Rodrigo too. They seem to be the better two. So, yeah. But like I say, I don't know. I just think for me, it's just got draw of 1-1 written on it. But we'll see.
Do you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, like, I'm going to say limbs. If fans were there, it'd be a limbs everywhere. Last minute winner from Harry Maguire. You know, like towering header, you know, up the old noggin into the back of the net, you know. I think, I don't know, mate. I just got a feeling about Harry Maguire tomorrow. I don't know why, but I just got a bit of a feeling about him.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a 1-0 because but then again, the way the Leeds play, though, once you could see a 3-1 United scoreline, you know, because they are very, they don't change their style of play at all. They're very direct Leeds, and we like to play teams that come at us, so we can counter-attack them. You know,
I think that's it. They are very open because they try and counter-attack themselves. It is like a unique style of how they play, isn't it? But I think, like you said, they could be open. Robert's going 3-2. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting in that we've all got different scorelines. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like you say, you know, it's just Leeds, so anything could happen.
I just want Ollie to send that Bielsa packing, you know. See you later, son. I'm going back to Manchester with 3 points.
Yep.
God, fucking horrible bastards, them Leeds, I tell you. Horrible bastards. Oh, dear. Anyway, done a quick preview of that. I know time's running out slowly but surely again. I don't know, you're on your phone, so I don't want to use too much of your data, pal. I just want you to tell people what we've got sort of in the pipeline for tomorrow, in terms of your match preview.
Okay. I can't give too much away, but what I will say is this week we're mixing the pre-match preview and the halftime show up. We decided to go out, haven't we? Whilst the weather's nice, which is rare for Manchester, and the shackles are off from number 10, we decided to go out on location. So, you know, we thought sunny day, let's round us up. So obviously, you know, you're on it, obviously. John's coming up from the land of funny speaking people.
Jasper Carrot people.
Yeah, Jasper Carrot people. So John's coming up, and Natalie will be joining us. And like I say, we're going to meet up. Not going to give the location away, but we are meeting up. And then so just something different this week. Like I say, you know, pre-match preview, halftime show tomorrow. Obviously watch the game, Peaky Blinders land, and then obviously Monday we're back. We'll have match reaction. Tuesday is my show. Day off Wednesday, back Thursday. So busy week next week. Obviously, like I say, we have the schedule tomorrow. Tomorrow as well, we will tweet out all the links from this week in case anybody's missed something. So I'll catch up as well. So catch up, new schedule for the week, and hopefully YouTube as well. We're just sort of now getting ready to upload previous shows. So obviously, any shows that people have missed will be going on the YouTube, and then we'll launch that. So like I say, and I know John's mentioned it before, that's all finalised. Like I say, just the case now because we've got so much content since September. People have to bear with us a little bit because, like I say, uploading God knows how many videos. I mean, I've done 23 Tuesday shows. So if you think that's every Tuesday, and that only started about January, February, we have got a lot. But yeah, like I say, some good stuff coming up. More great guests. You know, we're fully booked in for the next 5-6 weeks in terms of guests. So we're now moving on to looking at summer. But as always, you know, lots to talk about, lots of good stuff. Like I say, first time we'll have done something outside on location. Obviously, we used to be able to do it, but we've invested in some top quality microphones that will just clip on. So still allows us all to obviously keep that, you know, that distancing, that spreading out, and still provides, you know, a good show. I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, you know, we're back outside where we belong. It's just better in person, isn't it, than over a screen. So yeah, massive looking forward to it. I know we've not seen each other for 12 months, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I saw Natalie in summer. I saw Nat in summer when.
Well, I saw Nat today.
We went playing football, golf.
Mark and Deb. So we've caught up with some people, but obviously like you lot, you know, John. But yeah, pretty much 12 months. So like I say, exciting times coming up.
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely. Just keep it all locked onto this Twitter page, onto the All for United channel as well. Give them a subscribe. Give them a follow. Watch their stuff. If you're not seeing today's live feed of the protests of the greatest protest, it is on All for United. You can watch that back. Terrific job done by everybody involved today. Just give that video a like. I think it's one of their biggest videos to be.
Oh, easily. It hit 4K, that video, I believe, by about 4:30. I know Natalie featured on it as well briefly. She made a cameo appearance. So yeah.
Oh, of course, in true Natalie style.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, but like you said, it's there, isn't it? And obviously, you know, oh yeah, Gareth was playing foot golf.
How could you forget him?
Probably because he was that bad, we didn't know he was there. No, yeah, of course. Nah, to be fair though, I'd actually seen Gareth after foot golf as well. So it was more people I hadn't seen. But no, it's cool. Yeah, Gareth was there actually, vying for 5th spot with Mark. So yeah, but no, like I say, we're sort of talking, weren't we, about, you know, good to poor Gareth. Hey, don't give him no sympathy. He gets enough of that. But no, like you said, obviously, you know, keep an eye out mainly on socials. Say anything that goes in All for United also goes in our personal. So yeah, good stuff coming. Like I say, it'd be good to get outside and do this stuff. So yeah, fun times.
He's the new Anthony. he just needs the tomato plum red face now.
Well, we can sort that out, pal. That's not a problem. No, I think
that's a good one. I like that.
I think in terms of Anthony, I don't know. Like, he is funny, but I think in terms of like Anthony's just like, I don't know. He lacks common sense. I think he doesn't mean to be funny, but he is like. Obviously, we're not digging too much. He's not happy. Anthony's just funny though. Anthony reminds me of Mr. Bean. Do you know, like when he's like, he's funny, but I don't think he means to be funny. And he says stuff, and honestly, that guy Anthony just makes me laugh. He's one of them people where you look.
He reminds me more of Baldrick than more the character Baldrick, innit?
Yeah. He's just absolutely hilarious, and honestly, the guy, like I say, the guy is brilliant. But he does say some questionable things at times, like when you ask him to pick 18 players, he says, "Oh, I've got 27." It's like, mate, come on, do the maths, pal. But nah, good guy, Anthony. I won't compare him to Gareth though. Two different people, but no, he is a good laugh, Anthony. Oh, poor lad. I don't do that's an insult to him or Anthony. but yeah, anyway, so yeah, but yeah, back on track, as I was saying, you know, everything's communicated via channels. And like I say, join us tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are on at 11:45. So 11:45, we're on tomorrow. Live on location, because obviously kickoff's 12:30, not 12. So yeah, 11:45 till 12:15. Then obviously we'll watch the game, and then at 1:15-ish, we'll be back again on location at halftime for halftime analysis. So yeah, good times coming up.
If anybody, by the way, wants to see Anthony on next week's Ben and Matt Saturday Night Live, just quote this video and just say, "We want to see Anthony."
Yeah. Reply to the pinned tweet, and if you want to tag him, it's at ATC Wilson. Because the geezer doesn't even know his own Twitter name, but all us lot do. But now we will. I think as well, we're hoping to get him on. John was going to ask him on a Thursday show as well, because I believe he's never done one of those, which I can't believe. I said to John, can't believe he's not done a Thursday show yet. So, you know, we'll definitely get him on some more shows, because everybody loves Anthony. Obviously, Gareth will be doing more with us as well. So they're two faces that you will see regularly. But yeah, good times, I'd say. Excited for tomorrow and excited for this YouTube finally being launched. He's a good guy. He is. Listen, everyone's good. They just some are funnier than others, and yeah, it's always a laugh, isn't it? Doing this stuff. People just bring different things to it, and it's just what makes it great. So, but yeah, I've done enough waffling, Ben. So I'm going to let you wrap up.
Yeah, no worries, pal. I like good have Cat Dealey on again. Yeah, I was about to say I want to get Gareth back on. By the way,
he's taking some sick tonight. He's not even on. That's mix of personalities. That's it. I think we all
absolutely. I want Gareth back on so I could just abuse his haircut again because it was looking a bit ridiculous.
He's booked in for a trim, lad. He's booked in.
He's booked in for a trim. I swear he keeps telling me that every time he's booked in for a trim, and every time I see him, it's still all.
He's definitely booked in for a trim.
It's still all floppy doo-doos. Anyway, he's a good lad. I love Gareth. He takes the piss out of my cards. I'll take the piss out of his hair.
Oh, yeah, but anyway.
Anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen, because it has been over an hour again. Just finally, right quick, be watching Leicester from the salon chief. Yeah, I bet you would. Direct from the chair. Well, he's getting all his little hair colours put in. Anyway, Matt, where can people find you on the old socials, pal?
Here, there, even. At Matt Crane 15, as usual. If you're an Arsenal fan, don't bother. I'm bored of them now.
Or Chelsea.
Chelsea are okay.
He loves the London club, really.
No, to be fair, Chelsea give the banter, then you give it back, and they just disappear. So it's great. They just seem to, I don't know, they just seem to accept it. So Arsenal just never stop, and they just waffle on, most of them. I've never come across an Arsenal fan backing up. Do you know when you just want a decent discussion? Like, you don't care if you agree or disagree. You just want a half-decent football chat. And Arsenal have just got the personality of a fish. But yeah, no, if you're an Arsenal fan, like I said, yeah, Arsenal, Chelsea. So, to be fair, there is a couple of good Chelsea. I've come across a couple. But yeah, on Twitter anyway, pal. That's me. And like I say, you know, it's always good chatting. Mainly just chat with our own, but I'll chat with anyone, mate, as long as you're not too much of a tool.
Leicester fans only for Matt.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Gareth.
Go, Gareth. You know, Gareth's on it today, lad.
Oh, he is.
City delusional.
City delusional, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, listen, we could rip all the fans. Liverpool ones don't exist, so you know we've got to find some. There's a couple of Leicester I speak to, though, not loads, but you know, like I say, I'm not fussy, me. You know, I'll chat to anyone as long as you don't start coming with the aggro and start criticising even my mates or the club or a player.
Yeah, what I will say, ladies and gentlemen, don't be surprised you see Matt as a ball boy for Leicester next season. Chief ball boy.
If you see some kid with a hat and some sunglasses and a bit of disguise and a dodgy looking beard, it might be me sneaking in. Water boy or something. Be running on pitch with the water at half time. Shock horror. Here he is. Cheapo tracksuit, courtesy of Charlie Devlin. Last season's kit. To run in. Get past Pete on security. Job's a good one.
Right.
Anyway, lad.
Anyway, you can find me at Benny MUFC on Twitter. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And we'll be back now. Just remember, before I go, just remember, if you want Anthony on next week's show, quote tweet this very video that you're watching, or just even comment and
tweet
just
Anthony.
Tweet Anthony. What's it? ATC Wilson.
Yeah, at ATC Wilson. Blow up his notifications if you want.
Yeah,
it'd be funny.
We'll get him on. We'll get him on because he hasn't been on yet, and then we'll have Gareth on as well, once again soon as well. Anyway, hope you all enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, and thank you for joining us. As always, you absolute legends, and we shall see you next week. Thank you very much. Tomorrow. Well, I was trying to book the show next week, but yes, we'll see you tomorrow and obviously next week for this show. Thank you very much.